It's me, Scoops1912. It is approximately 4:54 a.m. and I'm up to give you a video. Because why? There are millions of people all across YouTube right now looking for answers on how to treat their natural hair. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them. But what I have, I give to you. As you can see, my hair is up in twists, mini twists to be exact. Mini twists are a great way to protect your hair during the week and for any length of time. They take longer than regular twists do, but as far as the benefits, they far outweigh the time spent to style your hair. And it really depends on how thick your hair is. My hair is extremely thick, so I can get quite a few mini twists out of it, depending on how small I want them to be. And as you can see, they're pretty small. At least to me, they're smaller than I'm accustomed to putting twists in my hair. And I just wanted to try something different. I had seen quite a few reviews on YouTube from different channels about how to put in mini twists and all that other kind of stuff. So I just want to share with you. But more importantly, let's talk about how we preserve styles like this, because the whole purpose of putting in a protective style is to keep you from having to mess with your hair over and over and over again, because those are the things that kind of damage it and take away from all the hard work that it takes to get them to look a certain way, like the combing and the constant pulling and things like that. Totally negate the healthy practices that you adopt when you become natural. So the purpose of a style like this, putting mini twists in your hair, is so that when you do put it in, you don't have to bother it. The smaller your twists are, at least in my perspective, especially if you have 4B, 4C hair, the longer they last. My hair tends to unravel the chunkier the twists are, even if they're wet. Because my curls are tighter, it's more beneficial for me to make my twist smaller. I mean, it gives me a tighter curl pattern when I take the twist out. If that's what I want to do, but it lasts longer. Anyway, what I'm doing up this late, I have no idea, but I randomly decided that I want to retwist some of the twists in the front and the sides of my hair, and that was because they were really frizzy. A lot of that has to do with going to the gym. I've been going to the gym every day for about the past 2 weeks, and it's really hard to maintain a hairstyle when it's out. Your edges frizz up, sweat builds up in your hair, and your hair doesn't really hold a style. So I twisted it up to give it a break, and so I wouldn't have to put too much effort into doing things to it before I go to the gym. And I realized that my hair was kind of frizzing out around just all over, and I wanted to liven it up, so I decided to take the twists out and redo them. I wet them, of course, because your hair is easier to handle when it's wet. You never want to do anything serious to it while it's dry, especially the kinkier it is, because dry hair can quite possibly lead, and most likely leads to damaged hair, especially if you're handling it that way. So I wet it, sectioned it off, put the moisturizer in that I originally used when I first did my twist, and retwist them. As you can imagine, it took a while, because when I first did my hair, it took almost 2 hours, and that was under pressure. Like, if I had time to take, if I was able to take my time, it probably would have taken longer. But it took almost 2 hours, and I was on crunch time doing that. So I decided to look for an easier way to maybe liven up my twists without having to redo them. And what I chose to do was, after I reached a stopping point with these and realized I did not want to continue retwisting my entire head, I would section off the braids, wet them the same way I was doing my hair while it was out, put the moisturizer on, and then wrap them around my finger a little bit, pull them apart, do it like this, and let them go. And voila, my hair fell back into place, just with water and moisturizer. And it took 2 minutes, as opposed to 15 or 20 when I retwisted. So yeah, there are different ways that you can preserve your protective styles without having to redo it. And this honestly could last me for another week or two if I really wanted it to. And I really wanted to. So it's going to. But yeah, you don't have to do much. And once again, that's another way that you have less maneuvering with your hair to do, less manipulation. Instead of taking out and retwisting and combing and all that other kind of stuff, unless your hair gets really knotty. Do that, because covering up with a silk bonnet doesn't necessarily guarantee that your twists aren't going to be out of place, especially if you like to style your twists once you put them in, and I'm that person. If I'm going out somewhere, I like a little chic updo or something, I'll twist my hair up in the back and pin it, and twist it up on the side and pin it, or something of that nature. And what happens is, when I take, is this twist out of line? Yes, it is. What happens is, when I take this pins out, my hair is sticking up all over the place. So just wet it, put a little moisturizer on it, and shake it, and watch it fall back into place. Now, if you have some pieces unraveling, which is not common, go ahead and retwist them. But chances are, depending on how you grab your hair, and if you twist the section of your hair in the direction that the twists are going, they won't unravel. If you twist them in the opposite direction, they will, because you're essentially pulling them apart. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any suggestions, want me to blog on different topics, or maybe even retrace my steps backwards into how this whole hair journey started, I would love to. I'm open to suggestions. This is my first video. I expect there to be a lot of commentary. But yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Me and my mini twister out.